Okay.
We are live, incredibly.
All right. Can you put a link in the Discord for everybody?
I will when I have.
Okay.
Oh, it's going live somewhere. It might be Simulation Sports. I think it's Simulation Sports. Yes, there it is. Perfect. I will share this in the
Yep.
chat,
Oh, I can see
and then
us.
we'll probably wait until people join to start actually streaming it. I suppose.
Yeah.
Do I add everybody or just SimNFL? Do you think?
SimNFL.
Oh, Dearden's way ahead of us. How did he get that fast?
He was probably camping, ready to go.
Yeah, wow. Cool. So that is good to go. We'll wait for some folks to join, I suspect.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our first ever attempt at a Sim RedZone experience, where instead of streaming the games on Discord, we're going to go live. We're going to have each slate running concurrently with ongoing commentary from Alex and myself. This is the last week of the SimNFL 2026 regular season. So we've got seeding still to be determined. We've got a couple of playoff spots that are still up for grabs. Um, Actually, Alex, can I show the playoff predictors before we stream? Is that cool?
Yeah, 1 second. I got it right there. It's live on my end. You probably can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it should say the
Um,
same thing.
yeah. So basically, the key things we're going to be looking for. So Sunday slate has Miami, New York, which is a big factor for Miami. Is currently tied for the top seed with Denver. So if they lose, that puts Denver into the top seed. The Jets have clinched a playoff spot, but it could be 6 or 7 depending on where they land and the results of this game. Um, We've got, let's see, two of our top three NFC seeds. There's a three-way tie at the top. Washington and Carolina are both going to be playing this morning. Washington needs, well, so all three teams would need a win and some help to get the number one seed because currently it's a three-way tie, which benefits the Rams. But if it becomes a two-way tie, that benefits Washington. So Washington is hosting New York Giants this morning. Carolina is hosting the Saints. And then this afternoon, the Rams will host the Seattle Seahawks. And if things stay the way they are, the Rams will be top seed. If someone takes a tumble, could be Washington, could even be Carolina. Um, let's see. We've also got who else? Pittsburgh has clinched the North with a win. They would clinch the 3 seed. If they lose, that could present an opportunity for the Titans this afternoon to maybe sneak up to number 3 if they win. Um, and then later, in the afternoon, we'll resolve the final seed in the NFC with both the Bears having a 1-game lead on the Seahawks. So we will resolve that this afternoon.
Yeah, and I would just like to make an announcement for chat. If anybody mentions Guam one more time, I will ban you. Just letting you know, this is not the interface. You do not run this live stream, and I will eliminate any mention of the word Guam.
What's funny is that my computer cut out right as you said that, so I literally didn't hear you say the word. It, it,
Very
it
nice.
really it really sounded like some force was like, no, that word will not be uttered.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're partnering with Palantir to make sure that there are no mentions of
Oh, stop. No,
here
please.
in this chat.
Oh man. Well, we made it 5 minutes without controversy. I hope you're happy.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, well, okay, so we made the announcement. We promised people 12:30. So do you want to go ahead, Alex, and kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. So here you should be seeing the red zone game panel, and then I'll just give it a beat here so we can confirm that it is legible on the stream. and then we'll go ahead and get started. Just so folks know, when games are in the red zone, they will glow red. If you're not familiar with that outlay, there'll be play-by-play under it. I think that might be a little bit hard to read on the screen, but we'll see. And then here we go. Oh yeah, okay. If you're on desktop, you can definitely read that. So we'll go ahead and start the game.
All right.
Whoa! There we go. Nobody look.
My
All right.
gosh.
Streams are live.
All right. She's going to go in real time. So we're going to get our first kickoff. It's going to be with the Saints and Panthers. The games will be going as if they were running in real time. So basically with a 60-minute stretch for a game, and depending on what the game clock reads for each one, with a slightly staggered start. We'll be covering the play-by-plays as we see them. We see the Dallas and Philadelphia are kicking off. So Dallas has clinched the 5 seed in the NFC. I'm going to check their lineup real quick and see if they. It looks like Fuentes is in. Arellano, Lee. It looks like Dallas is playing everybody. So they're not going to give the Eagles an easy win in Philadelphia. Do I have that right? That game is in Philly. All right. Dolphins and Jets have kicked off. So Jets won the meet, even though they can't win the division. They would get a lot of pride if they were 2 of the Dolphins' 3 losses this year. And again, the Jets are in the playoffs. They'll be 6 if they win. If they lose and the Raiders win later against the Broncos, Jets could fall to 7. Looks like every game has kicked off currently. See if we have any. Looks like the Saints are moving the ball pretty well early against the Panthers with the first possession.
And the Saints are really a team that I think there are a couple of teams this year whose young QBs have actually started to kind of put it together a little bit. The Saints and the 49ers, who are playing later today, I think, strike me in that way that Okoye and Romero are both, that you got to take them a little bit more seriously than you might have in the past, or sort of more seriously than mid-season Brandon Savage.
We have a touchdown already in the Miami game. The Dolphins have gone up 7-0 on their first possession, with Dean Hammonds finding Kenny White for a 34-yard touchdown pass. So we have our first touchdown of our first red zone going to Dean Hammonds, who I believe is our reigning league MVP. Correct me if I'm wrong about that.
The people's champion, at least.
Certainly. Saints look like they got into field goal range and have an early lead on the Panthers.
Commanders just tucked one into the end zone against the Giants as well.
Commanders, Jerome Morrison finding Rodrigo Gonzalez for an 11-yard touchdown pass.
At the same time, the Jets tied up. Miami and New York is a tie game.
Oh my goodness. We are flying here, ladies and gentlemen. So the New York Jets, Jesse Knoll for a 35-yard touchdown carry. The Jets go 75 yards in 5 plays. Knoll hits his tight end Mateo for an 18-yard gain, hits his other tight end Richard Ludwig for an 18-yard gain, and then runs it in for 35 yards. So the Jets have tied
up. Dean Hammonds responding with 3 straight completions down the field. They're now at midfield. That looks like the Bills are driving as well. They're not quite in the red zone, but they're getting there.
Looks like the Steelers have put up a field goal on their second drive of the game to take an early lead over the Bengals, 3-0. Gonzalez good from 19 yards out. Kyle Higbee complete
touchdown
to
Bills.
G. Pensacola, stopped at the 2-yard line. So on 4th and 1, Steelers kick a field goal.
You want to drop this down a little on the
let's drop it down. We are racing off the clock. Bills have scored on Yusei Asensio 21-yard touchdown to Don Kelly. Asensio is one of those quarterbacks that in his 5th year is starting to is starting to show up.
Se-
Took the
seven,
long route.
7 out of 8
Um,
so far today for 83 and a touchdown. Not bad at all.
Incredible.
Now,
Uh,
Michael Oliveros in the same game, 2 for 2. We'll see if that holds up. Historically,
Dolphins Dolphins have already scored again. One more with a 1 yard touchdown run. Dolphins go down the field 69 yards in 7 plays, keyed off by a Dean Hammond's long pass to Lawrence Sanders for 31 yards. Mora dives it in from a yard out, and the Dolphins and Jets could be on their way to a shootout, 14-7, with a couple minutes still remaining in the first
Gregory
quarter.
Sellers ripped off a crazy run against the Bills, 55 yards. Touchdown, Patriots.
Wow. 55 yards for a touchdown, Sellers.
Fish Liggins wishes he could do that.
Fish Liggins, I want a shirt that says Fish Liggins wishes, because no one in the entire world would know, but I would know, and that's what's important. Patriots hit the extra point, and they are tied with the Bills 7-7.
Incredibly, Giants driving. Big third down conversion here.
Looks like the
And
Browns.
they opt for a field goal.
Okay.
3-7 Commanders in the lead.
All right. Looks like the Browns have a single field goal going up on the Ravens early. Ravens now facing a 3rd and 12. Still scoreless in the Cowboys and Eagles game.
Falcons in the red
Um,
zone.
Falcons in the red zone. Do, 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 do.
Rashawn Lyons, 2 straight incompletions. Now 3 straight incompletions.
Mm.
2 for 7, 38 yards, and looks like, I'm assuming, I would imagine either they convert this or we get a field goal. No other teams in the red zone at the moment. This red zone brought to you by Simazon. Another incompletion. Lions 2 for 8, 38 yards. So far on the season, I'm guessing that drive's probably going to end in a field goal at this point.
Is there a safety in the Ravens game?
That is a safety.
I see a 2 on the board for the Ravens.
Dominic Anku ran. He safety danned it. He ran backwards into the end zone. I presume. I like to imagine he ran out the back too.
Yeah. Ravens punted down to the 2 yard line. They got a 3 yard carry from Brennan Dominguez, and then Anke was tackled in the backfield, 5 yard loss for a safety. So Ravens cut the lead to 3-2 and will get the ball.
Commanders in the red zone after a big pass. Jerome Morrison immediately sacked.
That's how it goes.
Looks like Jets driving. No longer in the red zone. Washington, Jerome to Sebastian Moore for 15 yards, touchdown.
Wow. So is that the second Morrison touchdown already?
That is.
All right. 2 touchdown passes for Morrison. Commanders looking to turn their, 3rd or 4th quarterback into a Pro Bowler, apparently. Right. Jan Miles and who else? I feel like every Washington quarterback has been a Pro Bowler, and then they just kind of siphon through them.
I didn't realize it until now, but Denver has 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks on their roster. With any luck, if Lions can put it together this week, we might have had 3 on our roster at various points.
Looks like the Jets are in the red zone, I believe, after a let's see how they got there.
It looks like a Jesse Knoll pass and then 2 short runs. Have them now at 2nd and 7 in the red zone.
All righty.
Giants intercept the ball. Randy Espino, who else would it be? And they run it back close to the red zone. Jets
All right, so Washington
officially looks like in the red zone. They're taking their time on what they're going to do next.
might have called the timeout.
That's a 4-yard completion to Ludwig. They're a little bit further, a little bit closer. They've got a third down here, though, to convert. Meanwhile, the Bills are again driving against the Patriots. They're getting close themselves. And then Asensio got swallowed up by the line.
Mm.
Saints driving against the Panthers.
About to say, yeah, Saints putting it to the Panthers early.
Jets kick a field
Look,
goal.
yep. Field goal Jets cuts the lead to 14-10. 1:38 left in the first quarter there. Almost done with the first quarter in which side is the home team on? In Carolina. Saints hold an early 3-0 lead there.
Yep, Landrum. Yeah, they're hitting a brick wall, trying to get a little any closer, but they are in field goal range as long as they don't turn it over. Looks like Rashawn Lyons just hit a bomb. For Rashawn Lyons, hit a bomb 20 yards downfield. Bills on the 1-yard line. Just kidding. They just knocked it in for a touchdown.
Asensio, 11 yards to Donald Kelly on a 3rd and 11, gives him first and goal at the 1, and then a completion to Donatello Scott for the touchdown. Bills in the lead. Extra point pending. Looks like is that the Steelers driving against the Bengals?
Saints go up 6-0 on the Panthers.
All right. So Panthers defense bending but not breaking early. Early in the second quarter there, you got to figure with the way the Panthers offense works, that's going to work just fine for them in the long run.
I mean, you'd have to think so, although Dakota is 2 for 6 so far this game. Not
I don't
great.
know. Every with the Dolphins and the Panthers, man, I feel like everything in the first half doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Lions now 4
Ooh.
for 12 in the Atlanta game.
Dean Hammonds goes deep to Kenny White for
Oh my
51
goodness.
yards.
They are now in the red zone.
Wow. Huge pass by Miami. Hammonds not going to go quietly, wants to avenge that earlier loss.
And just as you mention it, the Panthers have the ball in the red zone, and they're driving.
I don't even see a line. Did they get like a good kick return or something there?
I think they did.
Well, there you go. Oh, yeah, they
Touchdown, Panthers.
well, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, Samuel Frazier returns it all the way to the Saints' 21-yard line, and the Panthers score in 3 plays.
Rookie wonderkid who started 4 for 4 this game, Michael Oliveros, throws a pick. Bills turn around and are immediately on the 1 or 2-yard line there with a pass to Donald Kelly.
Steelers kick another field goal. Steelers are up 6-0. Set their Steelers second teamers beating the Cincinnati Bengals currently. The other AFC North game, Browns still locked 3-2 with the Ravens.
And Brandon Savage quadrupled his passing yardage just now with a 12-yard pass. Touchdown, Miami. And touchdown, Bills.
Right, one more with is that his second touchdown?
First touchdown for Juan Moore.
First touchdown for him. So one more with a touchdown. Extra point makes it 21-10, Miami leading. And then Bills off of the interception get a touchdown pass to Donatello Scott, 21-7, Bills leading.
And I've always said that the New England Patriots and the Jets are about the same quality of team. So that score does make sense between the Bills and the Dolphins.
Patriots are, I believe, locked into the 1 seed. This certainly won't change anything there. Bills playing for pride at this point. I think they're about a 500 team. But again, Asensio has had some real flashes, I feel like, in this latter half of this season.
Yeah,
and
meanwhile,
I believe he got a new contract, I think, right? He's with Buffalo. Buffalo like invested in him, I think.
Yeah, they left let their other guy walk, who is now with a different team who I should remember.
Jacksonville. They
That's right.
Picked up Rivera and then they traded him to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
Buffalo looks like they knew what they were doing with Asensio, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. Cowboys and Eagles quiet so far. New York Jets have Jesse Knoll throw a pick, and
Ooh,
the Dolphins.
Dolphins in the red zone or Dolphins with possession? Let's see. Tampa Bay and Atlanta currently tied at 3. Another game we haven't mentioned. Let's see what we got. A couple big plays from the Browns. Enku to Dominguez gained 16 yards there past midfield. We have a red zone. Looks like Carolina in the red zone against the Saints. Are you with me, Alex? Oh, we still good? All right, I'm going to continue. Let's see. Carolina with 10:41 left in the second quarter. Quay Landrum complete to Gregory Sprouse for 8 yards. Oh, means. Okay. Link was sacked by Michael Dyson, and that ended the Carolina drive. So Saints have the ball back. We have a field goal from David Genter for Miami, putting them up 24-10. Field goal for the Bengals. Bengals get on the board versus the Steelers, 6-3. There you are. I can. Okay. Looks like the Bills getting into the red zone again versus the Patriots with a big play.
Test, test. I'm back. There we go.
Let's
And
see here.
my audio is back for the live stream.
All right.
They can hear me
Mickey
now.
Mickey Brogdon with a 58-yard carry to put the Bills down to the 3-yard line. It's first and goal for the Bills.
They try it again, and this time New England catches them.
All right.
Jesse
3-yard
Knoll,
loss there. Second and
huge
goal.
screenplay, and followed up by a pass to Will Huber, has them in the red zone.
Wow. Man, what a shootout here in the AFC East.
I was muted accidentally through the chicanery of my cat crawling around my wires. But while I was muted, I noted that it's tough for the Jets to cover a lot of ground as a team that generally relies on a strong offensive line and run game. But here they are launching it down the field. 3 straight passes has them on the 7-yard line.
Okay. Looks like the Browns have put a decent drive together against the Ravens. About 8 plays there. Let's see. Jets are down to, looks like, with the 2-yard line. First and goal, 5-yard completion. Is that looks like is that a field goal for the Bills? Some or
Touchdown, New York.
Michael Elias, 2-yard touchdown run. Fullback gets into the end zone. Extra point pending. 24-16 currently. Extra point makes it 24-17. Browns are in the red zone. Second and 8 for them.
I didn't even know there was a wide receiver named Danny Mirande. Any relation to Hiram?
Uh,
Who knows?
Canonically, I have no idea. Touchdown Browns, Roy Clark.
There you go. Can Savage catch up to a crushing 7 and possibly 8 point lead from the Browns? So far, all scoring has been done by the Browns offense.
Technically true. Looks like a field goal from the Panthers increases their lead to 10-6 with about 6 minutes left in the first half. And the Patriots are back in the red zone after a couple long plays. Let's go check them out.
Let's see. Did we get the volume sorted on my end?
Yeah,
Chat.
oh, okay.
Or am I still very quiet for chat?
Let's see. 24/7. Looks like Oliveros hit a screen pass to Gregory Sellers for 24. And then a couple plays later, Oliveros ran himself for 18. Though Oliveros was just sacked for a TFL by Tyler Winslow for a 5-yard loss, bringing up 3rd and 9 from the Buffalo 18-yard line. Looks like the Bengals are driving against the Steelers. Got some good field position. Let's see, and are facing 3rd and 6. Washington is in the red zone against the Giants. Let's see.
The Patriots might be opting for a field goal here, possibly. Oh, looks like. Oh man, my audio is
You went way down again.
Giving up on it. There we go. We back? All right, we're back. Looks like the Patriots might settle for a field goal, and they did.
Jets are in the red zone looking to tie the game up against the Dolphins, down by 7. Still in 5 minutes left in the half. Oh, a Hammond's interception by Roger Swimmer, and then 2 carries by Elias.
Touchdown Commanders, looks like.
But then Jesse Knoll throws an interception to William Redman, who bails out the Dolphins, and Dolphins have the ball back on their own 16-yard line. Washington, Waze Hughes, short touchdown run, putting them up by 21 after the extra point. That's still no score in the Eagles-Cowboys game. Still 3-3 in the Bucks-Falcons game. Although Cowboys do look like they have a pretty good drive going. Looks like they got a second down just outside the red zone. Could maybe see our first score here, our first touchdown at least. Yes, Cecilio Fuentes to Antonio Arellano, 14-yard touchdown, and the Cowboys are on the board. So our first points, 7-0. Cowboys lead. 4 minutes left to go for the half in there. Ravens are in the red zone after a long drive against the Browns. Excuse me.
Okay.
Let's see. Ravens facing a 3rd and 10 from the Browns' 12-yard line. And Savage looking for Dale Murphy is incomplete. So it looks like the Ravens will set up for a field goal attempt there. We could have a scoregami situation in Cleveland, as it is now 10-5 with the Browns leading.
It looks like we have the Panthers driving as well.
Travis Cole of the Browns rips off a 60-yard run, immediately putting the Browns into the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 12-yard line. Panthers in the red zone. 2nd and 10. Panthers and Browns both looking to build on short, small leads. Browns, Anku carries for no gain. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for them. Touchdown Panthers. Dakota Link passes to Russell Barnes for 14-yard touchdown, breaking that lead open for the first time. 1:21 left in the first half. Falcons in the red zone, looking for the first touchdown in that NFC South game. Let's see. Anku, another carry for the Browns. We'll hold there. We'll check on the Falcons game. Excuse me. Trying to see what led to that. Looks like a Travis Kingery interception by Tim Maloney set the Falcons up at the 23-yard line of the Buccaneers. And they are now Max Smith carried for a 4-yard gain. Dolphins in the red zone, trying to get another score in before the half. Still up 24-17. Browns have scored a touchdown. Anku carries for a 2-yard touchdown. Browns lead 16-5 with the extra point pending. Extra point makes it 17-5. Dolphins, a long completion to Lawrence Sanders. Looks like they are right on the doorstep. First and goal from the 8-yard line, and then a 7-yard completion to Kenny White. Hold on.
Miami
goes
to halftime.
All right, what am I missing here? Dolphins looks like go to
Test.
half.
Test. Not getting.
I'm gonna check on that. All right. Cowboys kick a field goal for halftime, going up 10-0, going into the locker room there. Let's see. Yeah, kicked a 52-yarder with 6 seconds left in the half. Cowboys did to go up 10-0. Panthers, Steelers at half. I think Dolphins actually kicked a field goal. So we'll look for that to update, but I believe it is 27-17 for the Dolphins at halftime. We will check on that feed as it updates.
I continue to battle the audio, but I think.
Oh no, 24-17. 24-17 at the half. We are at halftime for everybody. So let's see. Commanders have a commanding 24-point lead, looking for to make their stake for the number 1 seed. Though they need help, they would need either the Panthers or the Rams to lose, and the Panthers are not cooperating, up 17-6. Cowboys got 10 quick points, so taking their lead over the Eagles 10-0. Browns are up on the Ravens 17-5. Blessing in disguise for the Ravens. That might help their draft pick. And then the Steelers backups 6-3 against the Bengals. Hey.
I sort of. it just reset itself again. This is the most bizarre thing. The gain on the microphone just decides to reset itself every couple of minutes. And then yep, there we go. Now I'm quiet now.
Yeah, it keeps waving, coming in and out.
Yeah.
You sound like Lena Lamont from Singing in the Rain.
Beautiful.
Bonus points to anyone who gets that reference.
No bonus points. I didn't bring any bonus points.
Hey. Okay. Do we know how long halftime is going to last? Because we can.
5 minutes.
Oh, okay. We can move on through that.
Yep, it'll wrap up here in a second.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, back in action with the Buccaneers and Falcons kicking off. Or
they're stuck at 2 seconds, so they'll be back when they update.
Okay.
Oh wait, hang on. I know.
So
there we go.
All right.
Now the Bucs and Falcons are kicking off.
Okay. Bucs and Falcons kicking off. Bills and Patriots already at it in the second half. Story of the first half has to be the Dolphins-Jets game. I mean, there is seeding at play, but man, both those teams playing like their absolute playoff lives are on the line. A lot of pride in the Jets, trying to sweep, trying to give the Dolphins only their third loss and their second from their rival. Dolphins want to win, want to keep alive that hope of getting the number one seed on a first round bye, which would be a huge deal. Looks like a couple of big plays from the Bills early in the second half. Let's see. Asensio to Mickey Brogdon for 13 yards. Asensio to Donald Kelly for 20 yards. And then an incompletion on first down, but the Bills already past midfield, looking to add to their lead. Completion for 4 yards to Brian Adams brings up a 3rd and 6 from the Patriots' 36-yard line. So, let's see. Bills come out, spread field in the gun. Asensio finding Joseph Jones for a 15-yard gain. That's going to make it 1st and 10. Bills just outside the red zone at the Patriots' 21-yard line. In the big spread gun now, Asensio again to Joshua Wingenter for a 15-yard gain down to the 6. It'll be 1st and goal. Bills at the 6-yard line. And there it is. Asensio hits Donatello Scott again. A touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown. Bills 30-10, increase their lead with the extra point pending. Extra point is good. Bills are up a solid 3 scores now over the Patriots. Let's see. Looks like Atlanta moving the ball on their first drive of the second half. Two-yard gain by Michael Fulmer. We have a red zone notification already in the Miami Jets game, which just kicked off the second half. I don't know what I was expecting. What happened here? Oh, that's just the kickoff. Okay, I saw the line. I got confused. All right, so kickoff, yeah. Yeah, Josh Jernigan, 5-yard carry. Okay, so we have kicked off in the Miami-New York game. We have kicked off in the Carolina Saints second half. And Falcons continuing to drive. Let's see. Fulmer 7-yard carry is going to bring up a 3rd and 3. And let's see how that goes. Rashawn Lyons completes to Rich Igwebuike for a 4-yard gain. Um, 10-26. 9-yard carry by Rosario, or no, a 0-yard carry, but the Atlanta is in the red zone looking for their first touchdown. Okay, let's see. The Jets have a punt blocked, and the Miami Dolphins are going to get great field possession off the special teams play. Let's see. Atlanta has got a 3rd and long, it looks like. 3rd and 12 from the Tampa Bay 14. Rashawn Lyons complete to his tight end Fang Song for 7. Looks like field goal team is coming on. Falcons looking to break the tie there. Miami is in the red zone after the blocked punt. We'll check in with them. First and goal from the 8. Dean Hammonds to Kenny White for 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Atlanta kicks that field goal. They are up 6-3 on Tampa Bay. Dean Hammonds tries to, or no, his sack goes back to goes back to pass, sacked by Denver Litton for a loss of 4. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line for the Dolphins. Okay, we are kicked off everywhere. Second half is underway in the morning slate. Panthers look like they are knocking on the door against the Saints. 3rd and goal for the Dolphins. Dean Hammonds throws to one more. It's a 3-yard gain. He's stopped at the 2-yard line. So Dolphins might be kicking a field goal there. Run over to Carolina. See how they started their second half. Carolina linked to Lovejoy for 20 yards. Linked to Lovejoy for 8 yards. To Fernando Owens for 7. And then, whoa, sorry. Panthers had a Kelvin Dupree touchdown for 15 yards. And then Landrum was intercepted by Andrej Harris. And then Link to Dupree for 18, and Link touchdown to George Lovejoy for 13. So Carolina has scored 2 touchdowns in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half to blow open a 30-6 lead against the Panthers.
Just as you mentioned.
Let's see. Cowboys look to be driving against the Eagles. Long pass to Christopher Lee to set up yet another first down. Let's see.
Looks like the Cowboys are driving. No, excuse me. Cowboys touchdown.
Hey, welcome back, Alex. Cowboys touchdown, indeed. Silvio Fuentes to Edwin Habala Etchaboy for 11 yards. Cowboys up 17-0 on the Eagles early in the third quarter.
Landrum in the Saints Oh, for crying out loud, I did it again. Landrum driving against the Saints, flips it back to Carolina, who again gets the ball.
See what we got going. Looks like the Jets are on the move, down 10 against the Dolphins. Washington also, a couple of big plays. They are in the red zone, looking to score again versus the New York Giants. I have to remember to keep my face in frame for all your lovely viewers at home. Let's see. Miami, where are we at? 27-17. Oh, no, this is Jets. Jets driving. And Jesse Knoll completing to Josh Jernigan for 17 yards. Puts them 1st and 10 on the Dolphins' 23-yard line. Let's see. Commanders have a 3rd and 3 deep in the red zone against the Giants. Nick Suarez, 3-yard carry, officially gets the Jets into the red zone at the Miami 20-yard line. Looks like the Commanders have scored. Jerome Morrison to Ronnie Ritter for 7-yard touchdown. 33-3, extra point pending there. Looks like we had a turnover in Carolina as the Saints score. Landrum to Josh Brissett, 5-yard touchdown. 30-12 is the score there. And Jets are facing a 3rd and 3 on the Miami 16-yard line. Yeah, lining up double tight. Suarez gets the carry. He will be stopped short. It's a 2-yard gain. He goes out of bounds. He does not make the marker. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Jets at the 14-yard line. Ravens have added a field goal to make it 17-8. Still a 2-score game against the Browns. Bengals have a big play. They are driving against the Steelers. Let's see. We have Sean Curvin, a 33-yard carry to put the Bengals in good position. Jets kick that field goal, so it is a 1-score game again in New York. Dolphins' lead is down to 27-20. All right, Curvin is incomplete on 3rd and 7 from the Pittsburgh 22-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a 39-yard field goal attempt for Lopez to tie the game in Cincinnati. And it is no good. Lopez shanks it from 39 yards out. Steelers retain the 16-3 lead. We got Eagles driving past midfield, looking to get on the board for the first time against the Cowboys. Moncrief is incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd and very long, a 3rd and 16. We'll see what they dial up there. They throw a completion to Matthew Lee for 18 yards. It's going to be 1st down for the Eagles and a flag with a roughing call on Amar Rodriguez is going to give them some extra yards. It is now 2nd and 7, Eagles from the Dallas 20-yard line. Let's see. Eagles in the pistol. It is an RPO outside to Daquan Badgley, who takes it 13 yards. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Eagles at the Dallas 7-yard line. Eagles on the doorstep looking for their first points of the game. Giants are closing in on potentially their first touchdown, although it looks like they're going to have a third and very long against Washington. A huge play, a 50-yard run um, from Jalen Jefferson by the Saints puts them on the doorstep. In the Eagles game, Andrew Moncrief throws to Gilberto Silva for a 7-yard touchdown. Extra point makes it 17-7. Eagles are on the board. Um, we got, oh man, it looks like, did I miss a touchdown in Miami? Miami extending their lead. Let's see. Dean Hammond's 44-yard touchdown pass to Jamie Ramirez. So big strike from Miami brings that lead to 14 to brings the lead up to 14. 34-20 is the score there. Saints looks like did not get in the end zone. I'm gonna see if there was a turnover here because the score we got 30-13. Second and 20. All right. Man. So, okay, Cowboys in the red zone, putting together a touchdown versus the Eagles. Makes that 24-7. Let's see. Yeah, kickoff returned by Amaro Rodriguez all the way to the Eagles' 13-yard line. 3 plays later, Fuentes to tight end Henry Green for a 1-yard touchdown. Cowboys are up 24-7. See, Browns are past midfield against the Raiders. Panthers already past midfield on the Saints. Commanders blowing up the Giants 34-3, also past midfield. Let's see what's close there. Bills are past midfield on the Patriots. Everybody's moving. Let's see what the Browns have going on. 4:20 left in the quarter, in the third quarter in the Cleveland game. We'll check that out. Looks like Dominic Anku to William Mass for a 25-yard gain, putting the ball in Ravens territory. Cole taken for a 3-yard loss, though, on second 9. It's going to make it a 3rd and 12 for the Browns. Ravens 43-yard line. Bills are in the red zone against the Patriots. Bills up 31-10, looking to add to that lead. Asensio to Jan Summers for 18 yards. Brogdon hit for a 1-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 11 now for the Bills. Actually, and then Asensio is sacked by Keith Jackson for a 6-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 17 for the Bills. And on 3rd and 17, Asensio hits Donald Kelly for 18. Asensio making the conversion. 1st and goal Bills at the 5-yard line. Panthers also in the red zone looking to extend their lead on the Saints. Touchdown Bills. Mickey Brogdon, 5-yard touchdown, extending the Buffalo's lead over the Patriots. Let's see. Browns get a field goal. Their lead is 20-8 over the Ravens. Carolina's got a 2nd and 9, it looks like, here as the third quarter is winding down against the Saints. Oh, after a false start against Lovejoy. Okay. Caused a 1st and 11. Commanders add a field goal. They're up 37-3. On 3rd and 9, Dakota Link completes it for 1 yard. So it looks like Carolina's going to settle for a field goal there. Greg Sellers, a 60-yard carry for the Patriots, putting the Patriots in good position. Panthers kick a field goal. Their lead is 20. Jets are driving in a big way. 3 big plays here at the start of the 4th quarter. So let's see. Jesse Knoll to Michael Elias for 15, to Josh Jernigan for 16, to Will Huber for 16. Elias runs out of bounds, a 5-yard loss. It's going to make it 2nd and 15. Jets from the 19-yard line of Miami. Jets down by 2 scores. Really could use a touchdown here. New England officially in the red zone, although it looks like they got a 4th and 9. And they are going to kick a field goal to make it 38-13. Jesse Knoll throws to Will Huber for 6. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Jets at the Miami 13 here at the top of the 4th quarter. Couple big plays by the Falcons to get them in the red zone. Rashawn Lyons with a long completion to Hinojosa for 24. Jets on 3rd down. Jesse Knoll can't find anybody. Tries to scramble. He's caught by Sola around the line of scrimmage. So Jets are going to go for a field goal here. They'll make it an 11-point game. Still 2 scores. We have our first touchdown in the Falcons-Buccaneers game. Lions with a touchdown to Rich Igwebuike to get into the end zone. Jets field goal is good, 34-23, Dolphins lead. Falcons now lead 13-3 after the extra point there. So really quick, as we can come up for air, biggest thing here, Pittsburgh holding on to a close lead with their backups, trying to secure that number 3 seed. Dolphins winning over the Jets, still a high-scoring game. It's slowed down a little bit in the second half. But Jets now run 2 big plays as they try to extend their lead or at very least run some clock. Looks like a 22-yard, 2 completions to his tight end Ramirez, one for 22 and then another for 19. Ramirez having a great day there. Big pass for Carolina, linked to Russell Barnes for a 41-yard completion. Panthers coming alive there in the second half. Brandon Savage is intercepted by a defensive end, Brian Luddy. Sets up the Browns with some good field position. Let's see. Back to the Dolphins. Looks like the Dolphins are going to have a 3rd and 3 after one more carry. Dolphins again up by 11. Panthers, another big completion from Link. This one to Fernando Owens for 16 yards. It's going to give them a first down. Dominic Anku is intercepted by the Ravens, by Matt Perez. So after the pick, the Browns give it right back. Dean Hammonds converts the 3rd down from Miami. A 11-yard completion to Kenny White. That's going to give them 1st and 10 at the Jets' 16-yard line. And then Hammonds is going to throw to Arden Ejiofor for a 16-yard touchdown. Extra point is going to, is pending, would bring it to 41. Panthers have just scored a touchdown. Fernando Owens, 2 yards. They'll put them up to 40. Patriots in the red zone. Bengals in the red zone after a super long play. We're going to check that one out. 11 minutes to go. Bengals could tie or take the lead. Let's see. A 54-yard run by David Taylor, who is still around, or is it Jefferson? I don't know. They're all old in Cincinnati. And then Sean Curvin, an 11-yard completion to James Smith on 3rd and 10. Um, Bengals are down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. And let's see, Cowboys and Patriots in the red zone as well. Sean Curvin takes it 2 yards for a touchdown. Um, it's going to be 9-6 with the extra point pending. Oliveros with a touchdown pass for 5 yards to get the Patriots up to 38-20. Extra point is good for the Bengals. It's 10-6. Ba-ba-ba. All right, so and then Steelers with the ball. Oh, 5-yard completion. Oh, but there's a penalty. Offensive pass interference is going to push the Steelers back. Let's see. Jets are driving again, trying to get something going down late versus Miami. We will hop over there. So currently, closest game with the biggest implications. Jets are down 18. Um, Ravens at a field goal to bring it to 2011. Browns still leading there. Jets trying to score to make it a 2-score lead. I'm trying to check the time they're remaining in that one. Ba-ba-ba-ba. All right, about 7 minutes to go in the Jets game. Could be their last chance to close it in here. Bengals have gotten the ball back, so they got to stop. So Bengals up 10-6. Um, Steelers again playing their backups this week, but that could cause them issues if they can't close out against the Bengals and if the Titans also win this afternoon. Saints pull off a big play to get into the red zone. Check on that in just a second. Let's see. It was Jalen Johnson with a 40-yard run for the Saints. And he just, Landrum just completed to pass Josh Bassett for 9. They've got 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Jets score a touchdown. David Ponce de Leon running the ball for 15 yards. Make it a 12-point game. Extra point pending. Josh Bassett carries for 3, gets down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Saints at the 1. Jets kick the extra point. It's 41-30 with about 5.5 minutes left in that one. Landrum completes, but for no gain. Adam Ijalana makes a great tackle to keep the Saints out of the end zone. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Landrum complete to Gregory Sprouse for a 1-yard touchdown on 3rd and goal. Brings the Saints up to 19. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, a couple of big plays for the Ravens. Savage to tight end Don Scott for 36 yards, and then DeAndre Wieters for 19 yards. So two new acquisitions this season for the Ravens, paying off. But after two incompletions, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Eagles are in the red zone versus the Cowboys. Commanders in the red zone again over against the Giants. Eagles. Alcidet carries for looks like it's going to be a first down, so they're going to have 1st and goal. Savage is incomplete on 3rd and 10. It would be a 56-yard field goal from here if they try it. They do, and it is good. Robin Reynolds, it's a 56-yard field goal to bring the Ravens within 6. It's 20-14. Old Browns trailing the new Browns, or the old Browns, depending on how you count it. Let's see. Rudy Bostic stopped for a loss for the Eagles. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 9 after a 3rd and goal. Now 3rd and goal. Bostic lost 6 yards, then gained one of them back. So 3rd and goal for the Eagles from the 8-yard line. From the pistol, Moncrief to Russell Spencer for an 8-yard touchdown. Extra point. Oh, actually, they're down 15. Looks like they're going to line up and attempt a 2-point conversion. We have our first final in the morning slate. Falcons beating the Buccaneers 13-3 is the final score there. And 2-pointer is good for the Eagles. Andrew Moncrief to his fullback Ryan Witherspoon for a 2-yard gain. So it makes it 31-18 with just over 4 minutes to go. We have a final in Buffalo. The Bills defeat the Patriots 41-20. Patriots complete a 1-16 season and will have the #1 pick in the upcoming draft. Ravens have the ball. Just a few minutes to go. A touchdown could take the lead against the Browns. And let's see. Savage to Andrew Jones for a 22-yard gain. And then DeAndre Wieters rushing for 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 at the Browns' 46-yard line, 3 minutes left. Wieters gets another carry for, oh no, that's, yeah, that's Wieters for 7. Panthers score again. Looks like is that backups? Who is that? I don't know. A long touchdown there to go to 47-20, take the lead there. So Ravens driving. Diedrich Smith, 7-yard gain. Gets them inside the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Incompletion from Savage on 1st and 10. Miami in the red zone looking to close it out against the Jets with an 11-point lead. So currently eyes are on the AFC North to see if Ravens or Bengals are going to play themselves out of their draft pick. Savage, 12-yard completion to Steven Labissiere on what was a 1st and 20 after a hold. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 at the Cleveland 37-yard line. Bengals are stopped for a loss on 3rd and 3. They're going to punt back to the Steelers, who have a minute left to try to win this final game. Dolphins are final in New York, 41-30. Jets avenge their earlier loss and go to 15-2 on the season. Jets will watch the afternoon games to see if they end at 6 or 7. We have a final in Cincinnati with the Bengals beating the Steelers backups. 10-6 is the final there. So Steelers had certainly wrapped up the division. They are still the AFC North champions officially now. But they will be watching this afternoon to see what seed they end up with. There'll be 3 if the Jaguars beat the Titans. There'll be 4 if the Titans win. Panthers get a final. That's 47-20. So Washington on their way to victory, but it will not be a pending a Rams loss. So Washington will be number 2 and Carolina number 3 should the Rams win over Seattle. So Browns have the ball back. Let's see. Baltimore got a holding penalty that forced a 4th and 18, which they were unable to convert. So it looks like Browns are running the clock out there. Cowboys final is official, 34-18 over the Eagles. Cowboys again had already clinched the number 5 seed. So they will. Let's see. With Washington and Carolina winning, I think that means that for sure Green Bay will be the 4 seed. So it looks like it's going to be Green Bay at 4 and Dallas at 5 is the first matchup we know of for the coming playoffs. Clock has run out in Cleveland. Browns do win 20-14. They hold on. Blessing in disguise, though, for the Ravens as the Bengals win. So that could be a gain for the Ravens draft pick. And then we are wrapping things up in Washington. Washington apparently wants to end with an exclamation point, although they have solidly wrapped things up with New York, as they're currently up 40-3. Backups are in. Miles McCarty is in. And Randy Wright is going to carry the ball from the backfield, the tight end, for a 15-yard touchdown on the last play of regulation to wrap that up for the Commanders. All right, so that concludes the morning slate. I'm going to switch over here real quick, and we're going to fill this in. So let's see. We had the Bills beating the Patriots. We had the Dolphins, Browns, and Bengals over the Steelers. That's it for the AFC. And the NFC, Commanders, Cowboys, let's see, Falcons, and Panthers. That is our morning slate. So Jets, as we know, are in. It's going to come down to the AFC West matches to see whether it's the Chargers or the Raiders. Raiders can win to get in at 6. To check something real quick. Okay. So if the Raiders win, they're number 6. If the Raiders lose and the Chargers also lose, the Raiders would be 7. If the Raiders lose and the Chargers win, Chargers jump up to number 7 and the Raiders are out. So that's how we're watching things in the West, the AFC West. On the NFC side, Packers lost to the Rams week 1. So I think Packers are locked into the 4 seed at this point. So it'll be Cowboys at Packers next week. Lions are in, but we'll be trying to beat the Vikings to stay the 6th seed. Bears will play the Packers. to win their eighth in a row, which would secure their wild card spot. Um, and then it's Seahawks at Rams. Seahawks trying to play to try to sneak into 7 seed if the Bears lose. Rams, if they win, would be the number 1 seed because they would have the best conference record in the 3-way tiebreaker. So Rams and Seahawks a lot to play for. Packers not much to play for at this point, but Bears are trying to get into the playoffs at 7. And then both AFC West games will determine seeding there, and of course Jaguars and Titans is winner take all for the AFC South. I want to take just a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll start the afternoon. All right, everybody. We are back getting ready to start the afternoon slate. Um, let's see. Quick preview as we get started. Excuse me. So, Jacksonville at Tennessee is the obvious game to watch. Winner of that takes the AFC South. If Tennessee wins, they are number three. If Jacksonville wins, they will be the four seed. Um, and Pittsburgh will be the opposite. So again, Tennessee number three if they win the South. Jacksonville if they win the South, and they are the four seed. Over in the West, Raiders are currently in the driver's seat for the final wild card. But if they lose and the Chiefs win, sorry, if they lose and the Chargers win, the Chargers will leapfrog them for the seven. And that's a big deal because Denver needs to win to retain their number one seed and their first round bye. Um, so Denver's playing their starters. So Raiders need to beat one of the best teams in the AFC. And Kansas City is locked into the five seed and does not need to play their starters. And I do not believe the Chop is playing. I think Addison Crosby is starting. So the Chargers have a golden opportunity to win and potentially sneak in as the seven seed. Again, that would be the Chargers winning and the Raiders losing. That is the scenario LA needs. So the AFC West is getting a third playoff team. We just don't know which it's going to be. The Lions are playing the Vikings. Lions are currently the sixth seed and will secure that if they win. If they lose and the Bears win, the Bears could sneak up to number six. But the Lions are in. It's just a question of seeding. Bears need to win or have the Seahawks lose to retain number seven. So the Bears have everything to play for against the Packers. Seahawks playing against the Rams. Packers are. I will check and see who they are starting, because going into the week, we didn't know there was a chance they would move up. Now, having seen both Washington and Carolina, we know that they're not going to be able to. I think Packers lost directly to the Rams in week one. So Packers are locked in at four, but have their starters in. Bears are trying to win to secure their seventh spot. Seahawks are trying to leapfrog the Bears, but they're playing the Rams. Rams, if they win, will also be number one. So Seahawks are in the same boat as the Raiders. They're playing a powerful team who has everything to play for. But the Seahawks could sneak into the playoffs if they win and the Bears lose. Arizona and San Francisco is mostly about, I think, pick selection for Arizona and pride for San Francisco, who's had their best season so far in the sim. And then Texans Colts tonight's will be all about pick seeding. So, again, AFC South is on the line. Final spot in both conferences. The number seven seed is on the line. Number one overall seed in both conferences still to be decided. So a lot to watch for. So let's go ahead and get started with the Week 18 afternoon slate. So our first kickoff is going to be Kansas City at the LA Chargers. Starting for Kansas City today, we have Addison Crosby at quarterback, Yaxel Knox and Sergio Guice, running back, and Philip Adams and Michael Walker at wide receiver. Kicking off in Chicago, kicking off in LA. And starting with Green Bay, it's a perfect start for Chicago. The very first play of that game is a Joseph Garibay picked by Calvin Preston. So Chicago is going to start. Chicago kicks off to start the game and immediately gets the ball at the Green Bay 30-yard line. Jared Lewis to Nick Evans. or Stanley Segovia a 2-yard carry, and then Lewis to his tight end Nick Evans for a 20-yard gain. So Bears first and goal at the 8-yard line. So a perfect start to the Bears, who again started the season 0-5 and were 2-7 at one point, and have won 7 in a row and are on the doorstep of getting the wild card and going on a playoff run. Fullback Alex Harris carries for 6 yards. It's going to be second and goal from the 2 at the Bears yard line. Bears at the Packers 2-yard line, excuse me, as the other games start to kick off. We are underway almost everywhere. Gerald Lewis throws a fade to Jackson Freitas. It's well defended and incomplete. It's going to be third and goal for the Bears at the 2-yard line. Bears are going heavy on this play. It looks like they're set up in a heavy power pistol. It's going to be a pass. Lewis hitting Watson in the flat for a 2-yard touchdown, and the Bears are on the board, first team to score in the afternoon. Though it looks like the Broncos may not be far behind. So Bears kick the extra point and are up early 7-0. Let's check on the Broncos game. Oh, that may have just been the kickoff. 13:52 left. So Denver, let's see. Oh no, second play of the game for Vegas. James Hickson intercepted by Keith Remy and returned to the 19-yard line. So Denver with so Denver gets the ball at the Vegas 19, immediately goes backward, a false start and illegal formation. So on 1st and 20, after 2 penalties, London to Ryan Johnson for 4 yards. That's what brought up the 2nd and 16. Gesicki a 2-yard carry. It's going to be 3rd and 14 from Denver. So disastrous start for the Raiders as they threw an interception on the second play of the game. But looking to hopefully hold into a field goal. Meanwhile, the Rams are already in the red zone against the Seahawks. Let's see. So another early interception there. Jeremiah West was picked off by Ramon Newton near midfield, and Newton took it all the way to the 20-yard line. And then okay, running behind. Kansas City and Los Angeles is showing a 7-7 score, so let me catch up there. Chargers got the ball, punted it. Benedict DeLuna returned that punt. Let's see, 95 yards. So a 95-yard punt return by Benedict DeLuna puts the Chiefs on the board. They kick the extra point. They kick off to Richard McGuire, who takes the kickoff 94 yards for a touchdown. So back-to-back special teams touchdowns in the Chiefs-Chargers game. We are at 7-0. Goodness. The Rams punch it in against the Seahawks. They are up 7-0. Detroit is already in the red zone against the Vikings with Randall Hansen carry. Let's see what we got going on there. Hansen, 24-yard run, 15-yard completion to Thomas Bullock. And so they are set up, but then after a 6-yard loss by Hansen, I don't know if it was a scramble or a called run, but that's going to set up a 3rd and 16. Jacksonville Great drive to start the game there in the red zone versus the Titans. Let's check their game out. As I wait for my board to update. So Jacksonville, great first drive. They've got we're down to the 1 yard line before Hucon was hit for a 3 yard loss. So it's going to be second and goal from the 4 yard line. And James Rivera is going to throw to Peterson for a 4 yard touchdown pass. So Jacksonville's first drive of the game is 62 yards in 13 plays, right down the field. First 5 minutes of the game. Jacksonville, great drive, leads to a touchdown pass, an extra point pending for what would be a 7-0 lead. Broncos, off that early interception, get a field goal, so they are up 3-0 over the Raiders. Let's see. Still no score in the Arizona-San Francisco game. Looks like Chargers going to punt the ball away past midfield to the Chiefs. Tennessee, though, it looks like they are driving, try to equalize the game against Jacksonville. They had Ray Thompson returned the kickoff all the way to midfield. Outman hit tight end Matt Paddock for 15 yards to get that drive going. And now it's 2nd and 8 for the Titans on the Jacksonville 33-yard line. Seahawks have also gotten into the red zone. Looks like they're going to have a 2nd and long after Harrison gets stopped in the backfield. Joseph Kale's 7-yard carry for the Jaguars brings up a 3rd and 1 from the 26-yard line. So keep an eye on Tennessee. Seahawks, Jeremiah West. Long completion to Terrence Huffman. Looks like 10 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short for them. Speaking of 3rd and shorts, Titans convert with Joseph Kale taking a 6-yard run on to convert 3rd and 1. And then Will Outman carrying himself for that's a loss. He's gonna lose 4 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 14 for the Titans. Jeremiah West, 7-yard completion to Clayton McGee, converts the 3rd and 3. Fresh set of downs for Seattle inside the 10 now. And Outman on 2nd and 14 finds his fullback Terry Jackson for a 5-yard pass. It's going to be 3rd and 9. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Clayton McGee looks like he's hitting the backfield for a 1-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and goal for them. A couple of big plays from Detroit, and they are driving, trying to extend their early lead. They're up 3-0. West is incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and goal for Seattle from the 3-yard line. Will Outman complete for 4 yards on 3rd and 5. So stop short. Looks like the Titans will be attempting a field goal. And we'll see if the Rams can put up a goal line stand here on 3rd and goal. Yeah, Harrison Scott gains 2. But the Rams stuff him. And we'll see if looks like the Seattle's going to walk away with a field goal. Tennessee's field goal is good. Richard Yob cuts the lead to 7-3. Seattle kicks a field goal. They're down 7-3 versus the Rams. Lions just hit a big completion to convert a 3rd down. And then Randall Hansen looks like he runs it in from 9 yards out to add to the Lions' lead. So on that drive, Hansen to Tremaine Craig for 22, to Tony Sherman for 17, and then a big pass to Tremaine Craig again for 8 yards to convert a 3rd and 6. And then Hansen taking himself 9 yards on the run, and it's 10-0. Cardinals are in the red zone. We'll hop over to that game against San Francisco. Decent drive for them early here in the game. 5:26 left. Let's see. Puna Edwards to McCray for an 8-yard gain. Sorry, that was 4 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 6. And then Puna Edwards incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals from the 13-yard line. Packers on the move against the Bears. Let's see, 3rd and 6, Puna Edwards, complete for 5 yards. Looks like he's going to be stopped just short. Great tackle by Bobby Gonzalez to prevent a 1st down. Cardinals are going to attempt a field goal there. Moving back over to Green Bay and Chicago. Green Bay bouncing back from that early Garibay interception. Garibay hitting Walter Nwachukwu for a couple big gains of 15 and 21. Let's see where we are. 250. Broncos also in the red zone after a London pass to Carmine Rhodes for 13 yards, gets them close. Packers have a 3rd and goal against the Bears, and Garibay is going to find Junior Ogba for a 14-yard touchdown. Extra point pending. That will tie the game if they make it for the Packers. Broncos incomplete from the 3-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Touchdown Peter London. Peter London carries for a 3-yard gain. Broncos take a 9-0 lead against the Raiders. Paul Tompkins misses the extra point in Green Bay. So Chicago up 7-6. Green Bay scores, but does not take the lead. Meanwhile, Lions are already scored again. Hansen with another rushing touchdown brings them to 16-0. Denver gets the extra point. They're up 10. Let's see. Detroit's touchdown was a punt return. Huey Ash with a 71-yard punt return touchdown. So the 3rd special teams touchdown already of the afternoon slate. We had one each from the Chiefs and Chargers in their game. Lions just added one there. So Lions in just a couple minutes have broken out a big lead on the Vikings. So let's see. Bears now have the ball, leading 7-6. Texans are on the move. They have a 3rd and 1 near midfield against the Jaguars. And we'll see the result of that in just a second. So 3rd and 1, Joseph Kale, 30-yard gain for the Titans. A huge play by the NFL's leading rusher. Puts them in great position to potentially take the lead. With as we wind down this first quarter here. So 1st and 10 from the 28. They give another carry to Kale. He's going to go 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Lions have scored again. Okay, that was the punt return. So we have 2 Randall Hansen rushing touchdowns for the Lions, and now a punt return. So Lions are up 24-0 in the first quarter versus the Vikings. Let's see. And then Outman completes for a first down. They're going to call pass interference on Kirk Ridley of Tennessee, or excuse me, of Kirk Ridley of Jacksonville. So it's a first down either way. The penalty is going to put the ball on the 12-yard line. And then Outman is going to throw to Kale for another 5. And now Kale carrying for 6. So it's going to be, so Titans have a first and goal at the 1-yard line, looking to take the lead over Jacksonville. One guess as to who they're going to give it to in that position. Huge gain by Kansas City as Joseph Kale does plunge in from a yard out. Titans take the lead, 9-7, extra point pending. We'll hop over to the Chiefs to find the source of that big play. If I can find it on my board. There we go. It was looks like a 44-yard gain by Sergio Guis, getting the ball all the way to the Chargers' 24-yard line. Though it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 8 now for the Chiefs, trying to get it go any farther from there. Cardinals are on the board 3-0 versus the 49ers, but the 49ers are knocking on the door. Take a look at that in just a second. Addison Crosby incomplete for the Chiefs. So they looks like that drive is going to come to an end after the long 44-yard run. Let's see. San Francisco, Bobby Gonzalez, who else intercepted Kuna Edwards, and that set San Francisco up with great field position. And then Joel Worley broke off a 20-yard run. So now it's it was 2nd and 6, and then Mike Bates ran in for a touchdown. So San Francisco is on the board with a Mike Bates touchdown run. They're going to go up 7-3. They do make the extra point. Rams are in the red zone after a couple of big games, looking to extend their lead on the Seahawks. Let's see. 2nd and 10. We had Avila to Larry for 19. Avila to Baldwin for 14. Now it is 2nd and 10, or excuse me, 3rd and 10 after an incompletion. 3rd and 10 from the Seahawks 18-yard line, and Avila is going to complete it to Bruce Dawson for 11. That's a conversion. First and goal for the Rams on the 7-yard line. Rams already up 13-3, looking to break hearts in Seattle and being very good at it. They're lining up in the gun on 1st and goal. And Avila is going to pass to Kerry Slomba, and that is a touchdown. 7 yards to his tight end, 19-3. To make it extra point would make it a 3-score game. We've swapped field goals in the Chiefs-Chargers game. That one's tied at 10. Rams do make that extra point. They're up 20-3. Let's see. Titans are up 10-7 against the AFC South. Bears still holding on to that 7-6 lead against the Packers. Raiders, looks like they broke off a big play versus Denver. And maybe might have added some penalty yardage to that. Checking my. Yeah, so it looks like Hickson found James Blank for a 17-yard gain. And then Ramon Hubanks tackled him by the face mask. So they got an additional 15 off of that. So now it's going to be 2nd and 7 after a Willie Irving carry. 2nd and 7, Vegas from the Denver 37-yard line. Um, and Hickson is complete to James Blank for 16 yards. It's going to get them just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Looks like Chargers are past midfield. They got stuffed on a third down run, so that drive might be ending right there. Hickson, another completion, this one to his running back, John Milner, for 5 yards. Officially in the red zone now, and it's going to be 2nd and 5 for them. Seattle converts a third down with a Harrison Scott run. They're about to cross midfield, driving against the Rams. It looks like there's a fumble in that game, and Ramon Newton has recovered. So a promising start to a drive ends in disaster. Rams get the ball back in Seattle territory. Willie Irving is stopped for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Vegas Raiders at the 16-yard line. I need my voice to last for the rest of the day, so I can't put my all into that one. Sorry, Raiders. Uh, Raiders spread it out in the gun. Hickson complete to Andrew Richards for 12, and that's going to be a 1st and goal down to the 4-yard line. Again, Raiders looking to get on the board versus the Broncos and get an upset to keep their playoff hopes alive. 1st and 4, Hickson, beautiful play action, passes the ball to John Milner for a 4-yard touchdown, and the Raiders are on the board. Extra point is good, so it is 10-7 now in Denver. Again, Raiders need to win or have the Chargers lose in order to punch their ticket for the playoffs. Chargers need both of these games to go their way, and they're both pretty close right now. Where it's still 10-10. Chiefs and Chargers, no offensive touchdowns in that game. A pair of back-to-back special teams plays. A punt return touchdown by Benedict Luna, and then a kickoff return touchdown by Rich McGuire. The only touchdowns in that game. Raiders just scored to bring it to 10-7. Bears still holding a slim 7-6 lead over the Packers thanks to that missed extra point. And then in the AFC South, Titans have possession and a 10-7 lead midway through the second quarter. Let's see. In San Francisco has a 7-3 lead over Puna Edwards and the Cardinals. And then Lions were all over it early, scoring 24 first quarter points. And then have settled in a little bit in this game against the Vikings. Vikings yet to score here. Looks like the Broncos have passed, are getting ready to pass midfield. London completes Thomas Gezik on a 3rd and 7 to convert. Jump down here. Where are we? Sorry about that. All right. Wow. London complete to Raymond Stelly. It's a 25-yard gain. They'll add on another 15 for unnecessary roughness on Kevin Cordova. So Broncos get 40 yards combined on the result of the play and the penalty. Ryan Johnson carries it for 8 yards, and the Broncos are at the 21-yard line with a 2nd and 2. Looks like the Lions are moving the ball again into Vikings territory, building on that 24-0 lead. Aguilera, a big pass to Sanchez, his tight end, to convert a second down. Chargers knocking on the door there. 2nd and 2, Ryan Johnson gets a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1 on the Raiders' 20-yard line. And Aguilera hit for a loss, a 4-yard loss on 1st and 10. It's going to be 2nd and long for the Chargers here with about 4 minutes to go until the half. Let's see. Lions are officially in the red zone again. Long drive from them. Aguilera, a 2-yard run, only 2 yards on 2nd and 14. That we bring up 3rd and long. Peter London is stuffed for a loss as he tries to run it on 3rd and 1. So Broncos will have to settle for a field goal here. Titans putting together a very long drive. It's going to be, looks like 3rd and short for them to continue. Driving against the Jaguars with about 4 minutes to go. Broncos kick a field goal. It's 13-7. Chargers only get a couple yards on 3rd and long, so it looks like they will get a field goal attempt to try to take the lead late in the 2nd quarter against the Chiefs. Check in on the Titans drive here. Outman loses 2 yards. One, two. Will Outman with his 6th consecutive carry of the drive. He ran for 4, 6 and a first down, 13 and a first down, 1-8, but now stuffed for a 2-yard loss on 3rd and 1. Titans are going to have to settle for a 43-yard field goal, which Yob hits. 2nd of the day for Yob. Extends the Titans lead to 13-7. Broncos also leading the Raiders 13-7. Chargers field goal is good. They are keeping their hopes alive, beating the Chiefs now 13-10. Lions also added a field goal from their last drive, extending their lead to 27-0 over the Vikings. So everyone's going to kick off. We've got a couple minutes left to go here in most of these halves. Let's see. So if these results were to hold, Rams would be the top seed. Bears would sneak into the 7 seed because of Seattle losing, and the Chargers would also get the 7 seed if they can hold this result, beat the Chiefs, and the Raiders lose to the Broncos. And the Titans would be the 4 based on their victory over the Jaguars. Again, that's just where we stand right now. Obviously, full half still to play. But just a reminder that is what we are playing for. A couple big gains by the Jaguars, trying to score before the half. A couple of 9-yard runs from Hugh Khan is going to get them out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 after a James Rivera incompletion. See, Seahawks are driving. Long completion to convert a 3rd and 6, under a minute to go there against the Rams. Chargers and Chiefs, first one to go to the break. We'll see if Seattle or Jacksonville can do anything before their breaks come up. Another nice run from Hugh Khan at 7 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 from midfield, a minute and a half to go in that game. A long gain on 3rd and 10. Jeremiah West completed Taylor Allen for 19. That'll bring them in field goal range. Let's see if they can get a kickoff before time runs out in the half. That might be all they have time for. 3rd and 3, Hugh Khan carries for 2. But he is stuffed. We'll see if Jacksonville goes for it so close to the half. Of course, there's a concern if you don't get it, you set up your opponent. And no, Jaguars are going to take it safe. They're going to punt the ball away, try to keep the Titans from extending their lead before the half. Let's check on that Seattle game. Score did not change before halftime, so we'll see if they ran out of time or what happened there. 38-yard field goal attempt is no good. So the long completion to Taylor Allen gets them in range, and with 8 seconds left, Walker shanks his kick, so it will remain 20-3 going into halftime there. 49ers have a slim halftime lead, 7-3 over the Cardinals. Broncos still holding 13-7 over the Raiders. Titans likewise over the Jaguars, 13-7. And Lions game, we'll take a break here soon. Lions, unless the Lions can somehow score again before they run out of time. They just converted a 2nd and 7. 51 seconds on the clock when that play started. We'll see if anything. No, they're gonna go to the half. But Lions dominating in that one, 27-0. All right. So quick break. Check for messages. Righty. I'm good. We can go right ahead. So as we get ready to start the second half here, again, good news so far for the Bears, bad news for the Seahawks, good pending good news for the Titans, which with a close lead, and reason to hope if you're a Chargers fan. Both games still very close. Chargers clinging to a 13-10 lead against the Addison Crosby-led Chiefs, and Raiders still within striking distance, down 13-7 against the Broncos. All right. Tennessee Jacksonville game is first to kick off. And looks like the Tex. Nope, I was right the first time. Titans will get the ball to start the half. And no surprise there. They're going to start out by handing it off to Joseph Kale, who, again, I believe is still the rushing yards leader for the league, and looks like he's in a good place to retain that rushing title, or to, I guess, cement his status as the rushing leader for 2026. I think he was over 1,300 yards coming into the game. That might be wildly wrong. I don't quite remember. It's a 2-yard loss on 2nd and 6. I'll bring up a 3rd and 8. We are kicked off in Los Angeles as the Rams, again, have a lead in a game that could clinch them the #1 seed, home field advantage, and a first-round bye based on Carolina winning earlier and helping them with the giving them the 3-way tiebreaker that they need, so that even though the Rams lost to Washington in a 3-way tie, their conference record is what will count most, since the Rams and Panthers did not play. So Rams have kicked off. We are kicking off in San Francisco. Josh Aquino is 4 yards short of a first down for Tennessee, so it looks like they are going to punt. And our fourth special teams touchdown of the afternoon, Barry Madruga takes the Lindley punt 84 yards and scores the extra point, means it is 14-13. And just like that, Jacksonville has taken the lead in our de facto AFC South championship. They lead now 14-13. So that's Madruga, Jacksonville. Detroit had one, I believe. We had, and both still our only touchdowns from the Chiefs-Chargers game, Benedict DeLuna and Richard McGuire, excuse me. So 4 special teams touchdowns of the afternoon. As we kick off in LA, the other game in LA, don't ask us how that happened. And Chargers are moving the ball well. Aguilera hitting Richard McGuire for a 15-yard gain to convert 2nd and 10, and they are into Chiefs territory. 49ers have a couple of big plays starting off in the second half. They are also in Cardinals territory to start things off. We'll hop to Chiefs. Let's see here. So Aguilera to Zach Beck for 10 yards. Aguilera carries for 10 yards. And then the McGuire completion for 15 gets the Chargers going in this second half. Aguilera, another completion to McGuire, this one for 7. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1 on the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Will Outman with a completion. It looks like he's going to convert. Does that say 8 yards? Going to convert the 3rd and 4 to keep the Titans drive alive as they drive to try to take a lead. Yep. And then Outman runs it for 4 yards. So that drive in process. Rodriguez stuffed for a 1-yard loss on 3rd and 1. So the Chargers will have to potentially settle for a Josh Nelson field goal attempt. It'll be a 49-yarder to extend their lead. 49ers are in the red zone versus the Cardinals officially after a Scott Romero 1-yard run. This drive started with a 15-yard gain to Fernando Thomas, and then another 19-yarder to Thomas. So 2 big completions there to get that drive going. And now it is 2nd and 3 from the 9-yard line. Josh Nelson hits that field goal for the Chargers. They are up 16-10. Meanwhile, Will Outman stuffed for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 16 for the Titans. And they might need some yards just to get a field goal range, and don't get them. Outman is incomplete. On the 49ers, on 2nd and 3, Romero hits his tight end for a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the Arizona 8-yard line for the 49ers. Titans are going to punt. They're not even going to get a field goal attempt out of that drive after 2 negative plays, which is tough in a game you're down by 1 point. Third and 2, Scott Romero carries for 6 yards, and it's 1st and goal for the 49ers down to the 2-yard line. Nice play by Romero there to keep the drive going. And Joel Worley takes the last 2 yards for the 49ers, 2-yard touchdown, 13-3. 49ers extend their lead. Let's see. Bears look like they are moving the ball. Check on the penalty there and see what the situation is. Here we go. Oh, a long completion from Gerald Lewis on 2nd and 17. Nice play to turn a 2nd and long into a 3rd and manageable. See if I can check the timestamp there. So yeah, after a 2-yard loss and a false start, it was 2nd and 17. Lewis completes to George DeVoe for 14 to make it 3rd and 3. Unfortunately, Lewis is then incomplete, and they're going to have to. It's on the 42-yard line. We'll see if the Bears go for it on 4th and 3 from the Packers 42. But looks like they're in punt formation and they're going to kick the ball away. So yes, punt the ball. Green Bay's going to get the ball back down 1. Seattle has crossed midfield against the Rams, down 20-3. Lions on the move again, looking to build on their big lead over the Vikings. So let's see. Let's check in on Seattle here. 3rd and 9. West is going to be sacked. Sacked for a loss. That looks like it's going to end that drive for the Seahawks. Let me see if I can find who that was. Carlos Bostic. Carlos Bostic gets the sack, ends that drive, and Panthers are going to have to punt. Let's see. Broncos and Chargers both moving. Peter London, yard gain. He's got a 2nd and 6 against the Raiders. Miguel Aguilera leading the Chargers. They've got a 2nd and 7, looks like. Hold that up there. He has like a 2-yard gain for the Broncos. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for them. Aguilera, a pass for a loss for Pedro Tavecchio. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for them. So could be Broncos, probably not. Could be 4-down territory for the Chargers if they want to be ambitious. London complete to Stelly for 9 yards. Looks like they're going to get a 1st down. So big 3rd down conversion for London, and the Broncos drive will continue. See if Aguilera can help the Chargers in kind. It's a 5-yard completion to Zach Beck. So it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Chargers. Let's see what they decide to do in this situation. Looks like they are lining up for a Josh Nelson field goal. This would be a 52-yard attempt for Nelson. It would make it a 2-score game. It'd be huge if he can get this for the Chargers. And he does. He nails it. 52 yards out. Nelson's fourth field goal, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, 4th field goal. So great performance there. Charging up 19-10. Meanwhile, Gesicki gets 2 yards. Broncos are facing a 3rd and 1. That drive is still going. On 3rd and 1, London is incomplete, looking for Gesicki out of the backfield. They do not get it. Could be a field goal attempt here. And yes, looks like field goal. Broncos go up 16-7. So again, that one is now a 2-score game as well. 4, 6. All righty. Let's see. Big completion by Philip Avila to Anthony Larry for a 22-yard gain to convert a 2nd and 20 after they lost yards to a penalty. So huge break there for the Rams as they were driving, trying to extend their lead. And then on 1st and 10, Avila again to Baldwin for 16. Yeah, 22 yards to Larry, 16 to Baldwin. And they are in position at the Seattle 12-yard line. Incompletion there. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 12. Big play for the Bears. Lewis complete to Stanley Segovia out of the backfield, 39 yards. And the Bears are driving, holding that slim 1-point lead on which their playoff hopes do rest. We'll hop into that one real quick. Baldwin gains 2 for the Rams. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Let's see, 1st and 10. Lewis to his tight end for 4 yards. Avila is incomplete on 3rd down. Rams are going to have to settle for a field goal, but they've got the points to spare for it. Let's see. On the other side, Bears are going to face a 3rd and 7 after Segovia gets stopped in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 7 for the Bears on the Packers' 25-yard line. Two tight ends in for the Bears, running out of the pistol. Lewis is going to pass. He's looking for Jose Malero. He's not going to find him. That's going to be incomplete. Bears probably going to settle for a field goal here from the Packers' 25-yard line. Lions are in the red zone again, looking to add to their lead after a couple of big plays. Field goal is good from Chicago. They are up 10-6 now on the Packers. Huge statement for the Bears. Again, Packers have their A team in there, their first stringers. Bears making a statement. Even as a 7 seed, I don't know if you want to play a team in the playoffs. It's had 8 wins straight. I think only Carolina can match that currently. Let's see. Hansen had a 19-yard completion to his tight end, Frank Moore, followed up with a 7-yarder to Sebi Bizzardo. So now it is 3rd and goal on the 5-yard line for the Lions. Absolutely dominant today. Let's see. A couple of big plays from the Jaguars to get them in position. We'll swing over and check that out in just a second. On 3rd down, 2 backs in the backfield for the Lions, but Hansen is going to roll out and throw it to Tony Sherman for a 5-yard touchdown. Lions up 33-0 against the Vikings. And swing over and check out Jacksonville here, as we have already started the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Let's see. Rivera to Hugh Khan for a 29-yard screen. Complete Madruga for a 23-yard pass, and then a 29-yard screen to Khan. An incompletion brought up 2nd and 10, but Peterson just carried for 10 yards. So it's going to be 1st and goal Jacksonville at the 5-yard line. Jacksonville, and it's a screen to Khan, and he's going to break free for a touchdown. 5-yard touchdown pass from Rivera to Hugh Khan makes it 20-13. Jacksonville. Extra point pending. And it is good. So Jacksonville is now up by 8. Still only a 1-score game, though, as the Jaguars look to end the Titans' 4-year consecutive playoff streak. A couple of big plays from the Bears. We're going to swing over and look at them as they have another golden opportunity, having just scored a field goal. Let's see. Yeah, Packers went 3 and out. Alex Harris carried for 22, and then Gerald Lewis carried for 34. Jonathan Watson carries for 6. the committee running crazy for Chicago. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 at 2nd and goal, 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4, Chicago looking to add to their lead after a great touchdown drive, or sorry, a drive for the field goal, and then defense forcing a 3-and-out. Lewis's pass is incomplete. So it's going to be, there was a holding call. So they got a free first down and 2 yards, and then Alex Harris plunges it in from 2 yards out. So 10 quick points from the Bears. Well, 9 pending the extra point. And they are in a position, extra point is good. It's 17-6. They are in a position to pull off this upset and stamp their ticket for the playoffs with an 8th consecutive victory, which would be incredible. San Francisco in the red zone. Scott Romero has a 3rd and 3, looking to score again. We got a field goal here in the Broncos-Raiders game. It's 16-10. Broncos extend their lead. Still just a 1-score game there. Titans are driving down 8. Keep that game up here. Let's see. So yeah, Titans just consistent production. 3 runs, gained 12 yards. Devin Kozert carried for 10 yards and a first down. A completion to Ray Thompson for 9. And Lorenzo Carr just gained some yards. So 11:04 left in that game. Scott Romero completes it to Carlos Ramos for a 5-yard touchdown, extending the 49ers lead. Excuse me. Yeah, Lorenzo Carr, 4-yard run on 3rd and 1 for the Titans, gives them a fresh set of downs. And then Davin Kozart carries for 7. So Kozart, Kale, Carr, and Outman all getting significant carries for the Titans. Titans really trying to wear that Jaguars defense down, and I think it's working as they are putting together a nice long drive in the second half. 49ers extra point is good. They're up 21-3 on the Cardinals. Kozart gets another carry for the Titans, but loses 2. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Titans from the Jacksonville 29-yard line, under 10 minutes to go in that game. Titans would need a touchdown or 2-point conversion to tie this one up. Broncos and Chargers still leading by 9. So Chargers playoff hope still alive as we get into the final quarter here. We have an incompletion. From Brandon Alexander. So Allen potentially out on stamina issues. Incompletion there from his backup. It'll be a Yob field goal attempt from 46 yards out, which would cut into the lead, and it is good. Yob 3 for 3 so far. 21-16 is the score. Jaguars still holding on for a 5-point lead. Rams are into the red zone again. Just 4 big plays. That quick strike offense, so difficult to stop. The latest is a completion from Avila to Anthony Larry for 16 to convert a 2nd and 12. Rams knocking on the door again. Big play from the Bears. Lewis finding his running back Jonathan Watson for 34. Some great plays out of the backfield, catching the ball from Watson Segovia today. Another completion to Watson. And let's see. Rams down to the 1-yard line, incomplete on 1st and goal. It's going to be 2nd goal from the 1. Bears have a second down in Green Bay territory. It's going to be a 2nd and 2 after an 8-yard run, 8-yard completion to Watson. And Lewis completes to Jackson Freitas for a 5-yard gain. So it's going to be a fresh set of downs for Chicago, 1st and 10 on the Packer 15-yard line. Rams do punch it in from the 1-yard line, and they extend their lead to 30-10. So not looking great for Seattle's chances, and excellent for the Bears. They needed to win or have Seattle lose, and they're doing both of those right now and on the doorstep of scoring again. However, what do we got here? Lewis is sacked by Leon Payne. Huge, an 11-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 21 now from the Green Bay 26-yard line. Titans got either a stop or a turnover on the move again. A touchdown now would give the Titans the lead. Let's see. Jacksonville got the ball. Rivera was sacked. He threw a 4-yard gain and an incompletion. So 3 and out. Tennessee gets the ball back. Joseph Kale carries it for 26. And the Titans are almost in the red zone again. It's now 2nd and 9 at the Jacksonville 22-yard line. Bears 2 big plays to convert what was a 2nd and 21. And they're going to get it. They're going to go all the way down to, it looks like, the 1-yard line. 2nd and 9, Outman carries for 3. It's going to be a 3rd and 6 from the Jacksonville 19-yard line. We are under 6 to go in this AFC South clash. Again, winner takes all for the AFC South. And Jacksonville desperately trying to hold on to this lead, which was 8. It's down to 5. And now Titans are knocking on the door again. Chargers look like they're driving to extend their lead. They get a field goal, Chargers. It's 22-10 now. Some big plays in Arizona, but we're going to hang on the Tennessee game as Outman is incomplete on 3rd down. So it's 4th down. They're going to, I assume, get another Yob field goal. They do. Yob is now 4 for 4, and it's 21-19. But Jacksonville is going to get the ball back with just over 5 minutes to go. Segovia gets stuffed on 3rd and 1. So for the Bears, for all of their efforts, I don't think we're going to get into the end zone here. But time and the current scores are on their side. Yeah, field goal for Chicago. They're up 20-6. Let's see if Jacksonville can run out the clock here. After an incompletion, a nice pass from Rivera to Jamie Perez for a 12-yard gain. That's a 1st down. That's what they need. 1st down at their own 39-yard line. Arizona and Minnesota are driving. I'm going to hold on this Tennessee game as that is currently where I think the bulk of the drama lies. Every other game is 2 scores or more. And James Rivera is sacked by Noah Pillar for a loss of 9. And it's going to be 2nd and 19. He's going to try to throw out of it. He's going to be incomplete. So that's going to stop the clock with under 4 left. It's going to be 3rd and 19 for Jacksonville. And if the Titans get a stop, they are a field goal away from winning this game and their division. 3rd and 19, Rivera throws is incomplete. Looking for Jamie Perez again. And Jacksonville's going to punt. And it's going to come down to the last drive. So here's the thing, folks. I gotta pull this up. 3 weeks ago, Tennessee beats Houston 15-13. Yob kicks 5 field goals. 2 weeks ago, Tennessee beats Baltimore 22-20. Yob kicks 5 field goals. This week, with the division on the line, they're down 2 points. Yob has kicked 4 field goals. They're already in field goal range. This is what I get for cutting away. Oh my gosh. Jacksonville punts. Tennessee returns the punt to midfield, and then Joseph Kale carries it for 27 yards. They're in field goal range. Outman carries for 3. It's all right, under 3 minutes to go. 2nd and 7. Titans have the ball on the 22-yard line. If Yob goes 5 for 5 again, and just saying, Cozart, an 11-yard run, first down. They might not even need him to. First down at the 11-yard line. We are under 2 minutes to go. Cozart carries for 3, down to the 8. Clock is running. Going to be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. Brandon Alexander is in. He throws to Aquino. It's a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 3 from the Jacksonville 4-yard line. Clock is running. Titans need a field goal. At this point, you just run the clock, right? Cozart, no gain. Clock is running. Yob, kick is up. It's good. Yob is 5 for 5 for the 3rd time in 4 weeks. The Titans have a 1-point lead. The streak is alive. If they can close it out in the next minute and 11 seconds. James Rivera, first down. Throws to Hugh Kahn. Screen pass. Titans blow it up. Loss of 6. It's going to be 2nd and 16, and the clock is running. Under a minute. Rivera getting everyone back to the line. Rivera is incomplete. 4th and 16, 4-yard gain. Turnover on downs. That's it. There are 10 seconds left. And Jacksonville goes 4 plays and out. Tennessee has to run the clock out, and they will win the AFC South. Green Bay has scored a touchdown. It's a 1-score game in there. We'll hop over once this game becomes official. Cozart runs it for 6. I think 1 more play is all they'll need. That's it. Yob goes 5 for 5. Titans win 22-21. They win the AFC South. They will be the number 3 seed. Pittsburgh will be the number 4 seed after dropping today's game. We're almost to final in Los Angeles, which means the Seahawks will drop, which means the Bears will win. The Lions look like they're on their way to winning. 7 minutes still to go in that one, but they've got a 31-point lead. Broncos are up 16. Chargers are up 12. 2 minutes left in the Chargers game. 4 minutes left in the Broncos game. Rams game is official. Seahawks are out. Bears are in. Lions are in the red zone again. I'm going to put an exclamation point on their victory. Titans win the division. Titans are going to their 5th consecutive playoffs in 5 seasons. San Francisco game is final. San Francisco wins 21-9. San Francisco finishes with 7 wins, most in franchise history. Arizona Cardinals will, I believe, have a top 5 pick. Lions, 3rd and goal for the Lions, about 6 minutes left and wrapping up their game. Raiders have gotten a field goal, but that's too much or too little too late. 2 minutes left in that game before that one goes final. Chargers game is final. Chargers win 22-10. They go to 10-7, I believe. Yes, Chargers are 10-7. Lions get a field goal, 37-3 is leading there. Woo. All right. Broncos have the ball. Peter London running the clock out. Short of some kind of crazy miracle, the Raiders will fall to 10-7. They will lose the division tiebreaker to the Chargers. Chargers will jump into the 7 seed. And based on this, with Denver winning, Denver will win the tiebreak at 15-2. Denver will take the number 1 seed. Miami will be number 2 and face the Chargers next week. 3 seed is Tennessee. Looks like they will be playing. My brain stopped. The Jets. Tennessee against the Jets, and then Pittsburgh hosting the Kansas City Chiefs as the 4 and 5. Broncos game is official. Broncos are 15-2 and they win the number 1 seed. In the NFC, we are wrapping up the Chicago game. But Chicago, again, has already clinched with the Seahawks loss. Detroit will be the 6th seed based on their victory, and they will be playing the Panthers. Chicago will be the 7th seed. They will be playing Washington, who's number 2. The Rams, based on their victory, will win the 3-way tiebreaker at 14-3. They'll be the number 1 seed. And then Dallas at Green Bay will be your 5 versus 4 for the NFC. We're kicking off the Sunday night football game between the Texans and Colts. Colts, if they lose, will have the number 2 seed. If they lose, I believe that will push Baltimore up to 2 and Cincinnati up to 3, and would drop Indianapolis, I believe, down to 4. Final in Chicago. Chicago beats the Green Bay Packers 20-12. Chicago has won 8 straight games and will qualify for the playoffs after starting the season 0-5. They started 0-5. They were 2-7 on their bye week, and they have won every game off of their bye. 10-7. Detroit goes to, I believe, 11-6. And we will hop into, we will bump up the pace for this final game as we watch Houston and Indianapolis play. I'm going to check out chat really quick. Alex, ping me if there's any other scenarios we want to talk about. But I think the playoffs are set. Obviously, this is the last game to go. So, oh, man. So, highlights of the day, high level. Pittsburgh rests their starters, loses to the Bengals. Drops to number 4. We'll host the Chiefs. Titans. Yob goes 5 for 5 for the 3rd time in 4 weeks. Kicks them into the playoffs. They keep their 5-year playoff streak alive. They go all the way to the 3rd seed. Chargers, everything happens just like they need it to. They can beat the Chiefs backups who are resting their starters because they have already locked in their seed. Raiders fall to the number 1 Broncos, and the Chargers sneak into the playoffs. NFC Bears win their 8th straight and get into the playoffs that way. Packers lose, but everyone above them won, so there was no way for them to move up anyway. Rams get the number 1 seed based on conference record, even though they lost to the number 2 because Carolina played Kingmaker and forced a 3-way tie. Man. All right. Absolutely wild. All right. Colts have started us off with a field goal on their, let's see. First drive, Houston gets in range for a 35-yard field goal, and Michael Rogers shanks it. Or no, 52-yarder. All right, Michael Rogers misses a 52-yard field goal. Colts take advantage of the good field position. Simmons throws to Enrique Rodriguez for 17 yards. Ultimately drives them down to the 31-yard line, where Glenn Brandt kicks a 48-yard field goal. And the Colts take a 3-0 lead. And then the Neville gets a completion to John Fernandez for 12 for an initial gain, but then it's 3 plays and out, and they will punt. They punt down to the 2-yard line. So Indianapolis has the lead. They got the ball. Going to have to play out from their 2-yard line here. 2nd and 10. Joaquin Centeno gets a 6-yard gain. It's going to give him a little bit of breathing space. While that runs, I'm going to check out one more thing in that Jacksonville game, because that was great. That was an 8-point lead that evaporated in the 4th quarter entirely on field goals. I want to see how many first downs the Jaguars got there at the end. So they got the touchdown. They went up 21-13 at the start of the 4th quarter. Then Tennessee drove for a field goal. Jacksonville sacked on the first play, went 3 and out. Tennessee drove for a field goal. Jacksonville got the ball, 5 minutes left. Got a first down, a 12-yarder to Jamie Perez, and then immediately sacked on first down, 2 more incompletions, punted again. Tennessee drove and got a field goal. Jacksonville got the ball back, 1:11 left. First play, a 6-yard loss on a screen pass to Hugh Kahn. 4 and out. So after scoring that touchdown to go ahead by 8, Jacksonville had 1 first down in the entire 4th quarter. And all 3 of their drives had a huge negative play on a first down, a negative rush or a sack, that then caused them to pass, throw incompletions, stop the clock, and kick the ball back. And each time the Titans ended with a field goal, the last of which with a minute and 20 seconds left. Colts still trying to work their way out of that terrible field position. So we can find where we are. There we go. Hey, Skylar Simmons complete to Enrique Rodriguez with an 18-yard gain on 3rd and 8. Winding down the end of the 1st quarter here. Yeah, so the Colts worked their way, only out to their own 13-yard line. They got 1 first down. Punted. Houston, 3 and out, punt, touchback. Indy took over at the 20. Indianapolis there we go, out to their own 45-yard line. And then had an incompletion on 3rd and 5, but defensive pass interference called on Sebastião Amachia gives them a free 15 yards and a first down, keeping the drive alive. Mitchell Reynolds with a 2-yard run. 2-yard run. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Indianapolis at the Texans' 38-yard line. Skylar Simmons carries it another 3 yards, 3rd and 5. Indianapolis. Mitchell Reynolds, 8-yard carry and a first down. First set of downs at the Houston 27-yard line. First down, Mitchell Reynolds gets nothing, stuffed to the line by Will St. Brown. But then Skylar Simmons finds Joshua Maurice for a 12-yard gain. And Colts are going to have a first set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. It's going to be after a sack by Chantrell Garate. I don't know how to say his name. Simmons to Carl White for a 5-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. But then it's going to be incomplete, and the Colts will settle for a Glenn Brandt field goal, his 2nd of the game. Takes it to 6-0. Let's see. Chad Lopez returns the kickoff to the 37-yard line. Mike Bradley gets a 9-yard run. And then Travis Nebel to Peter Richardson for a 12-yard gain, gets the ball into Colts territory. Nebel again to John Fernandez for 13 for another first down. And then another Mike Bradley carry for 4. Titans are moving the ball. They have a 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line. Nebel is going to throw to John Fernandez for a 5-yard gain. He'll be just short. They will set so Houston in the red zone exactly at the 20-yard line of the Colts. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. And Bradley is going to be stopped for a 1-yard loss. However, there is a flag down, and they are going to call Ricardo Rubiano for a face mask. So refs are going to hand the Texans a golden opportunity, 10 free yards, half the distance to the goal, and a first down. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Texans at the 10-yard line. And let's see. Alex Blevins, a 4-yard carry down to the 6. Houston is called offside. Sorry, Indianapolis is called offside. It's going to set up a 2nd and goal from the 3. And Blevins will carry it for another 3 yards and a touchdown. Extra point puts the Texans up 7-6. As we're down to just over 6 minutes left. Don't know why I said it that way. 6 minutes left in the first half. Skylar Simmons, a big pass to Donald Loving for 25 yards. Colts might not be done before the half. Simmons gets another 9-yard carry and then punches at another 2 for a first down. It's going to be, we got a 2nd and 6 now going. With Oh yeah, still plenty of time. So 5 minutes left. Reynolds is going to be stopped for no gain by Walton St. Brown. We'll have a 3rd and 6 from the Houston 34. But Colts could be in field goal range to take the lead right back. The Colts are going to shoot themselves in the foot with an illegal formation penalty. Joshua Maurice apparently on the line, covered up the tackle, or uncovered the tackle. So it's going to force a 3rd and 11. Sims is going to be incomplete, looking for his tight end, and they're going to pass up the 56-yard field goal, and the Colts are going to punt. So we are under 3 minutes to go now. Texans have the ball back. Lead is 7-6. Bradley's going to get a couple of carries to get them a first down. However, the clock is running, coming up on 2 minutes left in the first half. Nebel's turn to carry the ball now. It's a 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Single yard for Alex Blevins means it'll be a 3rd and 5. Houston only out to their own 37 as the clock runs, down to under a minute and a half left. So Texans moving the ball, but not with a ton of urgency. Granted, you figure, I don't know, maybe the odds of a mistake giving your opponent points maybe higher, or at least less worth the risk compared to maybe moving the ball. I don't know. Nebo completes it Fernandez for a first down. Another yard from Bradley. And then on 2nd and 9, Blevins carries for 18 yards, gets it down to the 30-yard line, and there is no time left. And yeah, they got down to the 30-yard line. But the last snap started with 14 seconds left. So not enough time for the Texans to run a play. So we will go to the half 7-6. Moving to the second half now. In this absolute cinema of Sunday Night Football we have. Indianapolis is going to get the ball to start. A couple of carries from Simmons and Reynolds get them an early first down. But that's going to be it. 3rd and 9, Simmons is incomplete, looking for Maurice. And they are going to punt. Travis Neeble is sacked by, I got to look that name up. Travis Neeble is sacked by, David Tibbetts. I was missing a space, so his name looked longer than I thought it was. Sacked by David Tibbetts for a loss of 11. That is going to easily kill that drive. Houston, Nebel scrambles for no gain on 3rd and 21 from his own 9-yard line. They're going to punt. Indianapolis is going to get the ball back. Mitchell Reynolds is going to lose 6 yards. And that will bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Colts. And on 3rd and 15, they are going to give the ball to Joaquin Centeno for 2 yards. And the Colts are going to punt. Returned out to the 26-yard line by John Fernandez. Hello, motorcycle. Don't know if you heard that on the broadcast, but it was there. Travis Nebel carries for 1 and 6, bringing up a 3rd and 3 on the 38-yard line for the Texans. Mike Bradley takes the ball, promptly goes backward, tackled in the backfield, 3-yard loss by Cesare Mouton. And the Texans are going to punt. Thank you for joining us for the thrilling conclusion to the 2026 regular season. I appreciate all of you very much. Cheers. Donald Loving returns the ball to the 26-yard line. Colts are going to take over down by a point, though possibly exactly where they want to be, where the given the difference between winning and losing is, I think, 3 places in the draft. 2nd pick versus 5th. No, 4th. 2 places in the draft. 2nd versus 4th, because the Ravens and Bengals are surely both watching this game. Let's see. Centeno carries for 8 yards on a 3rd and 10. That is not going to do it for the Colts, and they are going to have to punt. I'll update this real quick. Lions, Bears, Rams, 49ers. Texans, Broncos, Chargers. So we are looking at Colts at 4 if they went, because the Cardinals. I was like, yeah, the Bengals won. But so Colts at 4, Ravens at 2, Cardinals at 3 if the Colts win. If the Colts lose, Colts stay at 2, Texans are at 6. Texans are at 6 regardless. But the question is, Texans at 6, Bengals at 5. I guess the Texans actually means the Rams are at 6, Colts are at 5, Bengals are at 5. But depending on how this one comes out, we've got Baltimore and Arizona watching this game to see where they're going to end up picking. I know I cut away from the game, but nothing happened. It's still 7-6. Don't worry about it. All right. We have a penalty on 2nd and 9. Offsides on David Tibbetts. It's going to set up Houston with a 2nd and 4 on their own 36-yard line. Bradley is going to carry the ball for positive yards. He's going to gain 2. We'll make it 3rd and 2 from the 38-yard line for the Texans. On 3rd and 2, Nevo's going to drop back, and he's going to throw incomplete, looking for John Fernandez. We're going to get another punt, folks. And Timothy Ward is going to take it to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Colts. A short Mitchell Reynolds carry, an incompletion by Skylar Simmons is going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Skylar Simmons is going to find Donald Loving for 6 yards. He will be stopped short. And that means on 4th down, we're going to get another punt. In a thrilling display of athleticism, John Fernandez calls for a fair catch and runs out of bounds. That's going to set the Texans up on their own 19-yard line. Nebel's going to carry for 7 yards, setting up a 2nd and 3. Nebel's going to carry again. He's going to get stopped by Cesare Moulton for no gain at the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 3rd down. Responsibility for 3rd down will go to Mike Bradley, who will carry it for 3 yards. And that is a 1st down. 1st down Houston at the 29. As we get into the 4th quarter, Houston still leading 7-6. Hey, look at that. Travis Nebel breaks off a 32-yard carry on a 2nd and long, and Houston has crossed midfield. They're at the 42-yard line. A false start is going to bring it back to the 47, so it's going to make it 1st and 15 from the 47-yard line. Mike Bradley will carry for 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12. Second 12, Mike Bradley again gets an 8-yard gain, tackled by Tibbetts. We got 3rd and 4 from the Colts' 36-yard line, but Houston could be in long field goal range if they do not convert this 3rd down. Nebel's going to attempt to throw it. That's going to be incomplete to looking for his tight end, Will Thomas. And it does look like the Texans are setting up for the field goal. This will be a 53-yarder from Rodgers, and he hits it. Texans, other teams. Texans are up 10-6. We are under 11 minutes to go in this game as they kick off. Mitchell Reynolds carries for 7 yards. Oh, actually, Joshua Maurice returns the kick to the Colts 45. And then on the first play, Mitchell Reynolds crosses midfield to the 7. Skylar Simmons is incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the 48-yard line. Skylar Simmons complete to Donald Loving for 14 yards. Fresh set of downs. Indianapolis is in field goal range. And on 1st down, Simmons again hits Maurice. That's an 11-yard gain. Nope, it's a 13-yard gain. Even better. They're down to the 21. Loving, I thought the same thing happened. Loving again, another 13-yard gain, brings up 1st and goal from the 8. Simmons to Enrique Rodriguez, 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2. Colts on the verge of absolutely ruining their draft position. They're going to hand it to Mitchell Reynolds, and he is going to score a touchdown. And the Colts have the lead. It's 12-10 with 8:15 left in the game. Extra point pending. It is good. Colts are up 13-10. All right, Houston is going to take over at their own 34-yard line after the kick. Nebel, a couple of carries. He gets only 2 the first time, but then an 8-yard gain. That'll bring up a 1st down out to the 44-yard line. Alex Blevins is going to get a turn. He's going to get a yard. Brings up a 2nd and 9. Inverted option. Nebel is going to decide to keep it himself, and that's a good call. That's going to be a 6-yard gain, bringing up a short 3rd down. Just across midfield now, the 49-yard line. Bradley gets the call on 3rd and 3. He gains a yard. That will not do it. Moulton again on the stop. And Texans looks like they are bringing out the punt unit. They're going to, interesting. They're going to play field position, and they're going to try for a defensive stop. And Colts take over at their 30-yard line, winning by 3, 5:19 left on the clock. Reynolds takes it on first down, 7-yard gain. Second and short. Mitchell Reynolds carries it for 7. He's got a first down. Under 5 to go. Colts potentially running out the clock. Nebel completes to Will Thomas. That's a 12-yard gain. Another fresh set of downs. You can hear the cheers all the way from Baltimore. Mike Bradley gets 3. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. The clock keeps ticking. We're under 4 to go. Bradley is going to fumble the ball. It's recovered by Elijah Rader, who saves the drive by falling on the ball. No gain on the play, but Texans retain possession and will get a chance to kick a field goal after this incompletion by Nebel. 46 yards out from Michael Rogers to tie the game, and it is good. So the plan works. Titans get a stop, get the ball back, kick it to the Colts. Could we be headed to overtime? Could we get a little extra time in our season, please? We shall see. Skylar Simmons comes out strong, throws to Enrique Rodriguez for 8-yard gain. He misses the next one, though, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 as we get under 2 minutes to go. Joaquin Centeno carries it 24 yards on a 3rd and 2. They are past midfield, but the clock is running. They race into position. Skylar Simmons complete to Rodriguez, an 8-yard gain. They're at the 35. That's field goal range. Skylar Simmons complete. Rodriguez, 18 yards. That's a fresh set of downs. Now they just have to manage the clock. Tied at 13. Under a minute to go. Skylar Simmons drops to the middle of the field, centers the ball. Glenn Brandt is going to get a chance from 34 yards out to win this game for the Colts. And he hits it. And that's it. Colts win the final game of the season, win on Sunday Night Football. They will pick 4th overall. The Ravens, it'll be Patriots, Ravens, Cardinals, Colts 4, and Bengals 5 after the Colts and Bengals win in the last week of the season. And then Rams will take the Texans pick for at number 6. Wow. So for all that, a surprising ending as Houston scores late to tie it, and then the Colts put on a last-second drive. Skylar Simmons clutch. I don't know. Maybe. But the Colts win the game. As I said, they will pick 4th after this victory. Baltimore Ravens will be 2, Arizona 3, Bengals rounding up the top 5. But that is it for our first ever stream of SimSN RedZone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming and watching with us. I think this was a fun way to cap off the season with all the games at once. So yeah, thank you all for stopping by. As I say to all users in all of our sims, good luck and have fun.